Hello, my gorgeous soul family. I can see some of you in the chat, and it's just beautiful. You can feel the energy start to build, even just watching little messages and things pop up. So I just want to say thank you so much for your love and for being here. And I'm excited as well. This is quite a big, powerful week, and there's lots that I want to share with you. So I also send my love for missing last week and apologies. We had my kid's grandfather on the other side of the family pass. So it's been a huge week as well as the winter solstice over here. So an unusual week, but everyone is doing really, really well. And yeah, not to worry as well that my kids are doing good too with the loss of their grandfather. And also it wasn't like a sudden shock or anything. So it was one that we'd been waiting for a little while. So he's at peace now. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this week. So the crystal, I think you're beautiful. But yeah, so let's get into this week. So this week I'm drinking Cleansing Vibes Potion. And this is the perfect potion for this week to help to balance out the energies. And let me know, how was your last week too? How were your solstices? I'd love to hear in the chat. And yeah, I've got Cleansing Vibes right now. And thank you. Thank you, girls. I really appreciate that. And yeah, we've got Blue Lace Agate, which I realized I picked the crystal earlier through the week, and then I realized that, oh, I've got tea stuck under my nail. I realized that I actually picked the same colored sweater. So we're definitely running with Blue Lace Agate vibes, and you can see a little bit of the beautiful detail with this piece of agate. And the other thing too, thank you, Lorianne. And with this is really great for communication. It's one of those ones too that brings a sense of deep peace and a sense of deep healing and a sense of kind of calmness and beautiful, just scented, nourishing vibes. It almost puts you in a little bubble, is the energy that we have with this one. So let me just also tap into the astrology for this week and we'll just jump straight into it because I do have a little bit to share. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, so for this week, we have divine disruptions, truth being revealed, and also heart awakening. And I will share, there's a really great astrology video that another content creator has popped up on TikTok that will give you a little bit more of the in-depth knowledge because I sort of just put together a generalized information, but I can't wait to share what she has as well. So as we move through the final days of June into this sacred gateway of July, the cosmos invites us into a powerful frequency of awakening. And I know we can feel this more than ever, especially as a gorgeous soul group. So this is all about honesty. It's about liberation. And with this, it might feel a little bit like an energetic thunderstorm, perhaps like just feeling like you want to close in from the world. And that's why we've got that crystal for this week as well. So it's going to feel intense, electrifying. And think about this on a personal level as well as on a global kind of stage level as well. So intense, electrifying. It's also deeply cleansing, which is why I've picked Cleansing Vibes as the potion. Hello, my lovely soul brother, Phil. Been thinking about you guys. I need to have you back on. It's been a little bit of a wild whirlwind of a year. And with this too, so with astrology, so this is the energies might stir that inner feeling or that inner water within. So this is something energetically that's going to come in that will feel like it's sort of, think about it being like the vision spirit's giving me. It's like holding onto a fence or a gate while flood water comes in and cleanses and purifies. So think about that energetically for what we're about to go through for this week coming up. But definitely remember as well, even though sometimes things can feel chaotic, and just as like when we get the Tower card, which will be interesting to see what we get this week, but sometimes things are happening for us, not to us. And that's that energy that's come through and words that have come through from spirit this week. The other thing that spirit has been saying is when we have these things pop up, and we talked about this more in depth at my new moon event that we did, which was new moon in Cancer, I believe, just the other day. Anyway, what we had come up through the week from spirit was, what do we choose instead? So say you've got different problems or issues arising or different themes or patterns coming up. what is it that you choose to replace it with instead? So it's really like holding that intention, holding that as the energy that you're wanting to frequency broadcast, which is very important to tap into the heart and tap into your own auric field, because some of the things that we're wanting to move through are either being broadcast to us from social media or from, oh, hey, thank you for tuning in. So lovely to see all the different places that you come from. And if anyone else wants to pop in the chat where they're from, we can sort of start to see a little bit of a map of the world too, because we've got Phil from New Zealand here. We've got a few from the States. We've got some from, I think, perhaps even the UK. And there'll be those watching after from a few other countries too. And let me just jump into this next little part. Okay, so just remembering what we were just saying, that it's really important to hold this intention. The other thing too, and I shared this on a show, let me just pop this up. So if you guys have missed through the week, I was on with Lisa DiMartino and Sherry Divan. Oh, I'm going to save that one for later to show you guys. So this one, just the other day, you'll find, let me see what side is coming up on your screen. So it should be on your right-hand side, the Divinity Within. This is a really, really good show if you're struggling with a lot of the craziness that we're seeing in the world, a lot of feeling at that kind of crossroad point or a dead end road of frustration. I highly encourage to go and watch this uplifting show. And we did also talk about, I gave this little reminder of this little steps to frequency shift that I popped up in one of our new moon events. I actually made it for this. So this is a reminder, and you might want to screenshot this, but these are things that we can do. So reprogram while you sleep. So 8-hour subliminal affirmation tapes while you sleep, and you'll find some online. I do encourage you to make yourself, because it is definitely more impactful and powerful if you can record it into your own voice. And there's YouTubes on how to create that. And the next one I have is breath work. Oh, we've got lovely Lisa here. I was just talking about you, gorgeous, and about the show. Thank you, Rainbow Sun. We had so much fun doing that show too. So the next one I've got is breath work and meditation. And remember, this is all designed to balance and bring us back to center. So when I'm talking about this thing of things that are happening and things that we want to replace, and this is what we're doing instead. So whenever the chaos hits, this is what we're doing instead. So breath work and meditation. So this is the nervous system regulation, somatic release. This is all about being present. So feeling yourself come back to your breath, come back to your aura, because a lot of us are having where we start to get quantumly entangled. Whether we're getting quantumly entangled with, the positive or the negative, the positive's fine. But if we're getting quantumly entangled in the drama or the television, this is not going to be good. It's going to be much harder to hold our frequency this week. So that's why I'm like really driving this home, how important it is. So working with mind movies and gratitude. So watching morning and night, really immersing yourself in the vision that you're creating. And the last one we have is hypnosis and reprogramming your subconscious mind. So there's a lot of different apps. I love Paul McKenna's app. He has a really great hypnotherapy app. We also have my favorite in-house hypnotherapist here as well. We've got Jake. So you guys can reach out to Jake Ray Hypnosis, and you'll see a lot of beautiful meditations and things that he has on his channel too. So that's a little reminder and how to hold ourselves in amongst this. So I'm going to talk deeper about what this is. So around June 29th, we're going to have Mercury opposed Pluto. So this is all about truth bombs and about like our inner alchemy. So with this, it's all about Mercury and passionate Leo is going to be connecting with Pluto retrograde in Aries. So this alignment is kind of like a soul mirror. So think about things coming up, things being reflected. Oh, we have Colleen from Portland. Thank you for joining us. And with this sort of soul mirror, it's going to be reflecting the deepest truths and the deepest of our shadow stories. So conversations that we might be carrying, and this could be like our past version of self or past story. So this is where with law of assumption, we also talk about revision. So if we find that the same theme or the same pattern is popping up, it might be good to do some revision work. Hello, Jim. So yeah, with this, you could even go in and revise. So even if something happened and you're finding that your subconscious mind is still repeating that story, we can go in and override and say, no, this is like the outcome that actually happened instead, and go in and change that story. So your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is a memory or what we create as a vision or memory. And that's why also watching different programs and that we need to be really careful. So, and that's why they also use programs to program people or spellcast. So anyway, have a look at some of the conversations that might carry intensity. So this might even feel like secrets that are buried, that are popping up. So it's definitely a time to be as careful as you can with your communication and with your language. So definitely, it's not about pushing away from the truth, but it's really choosing carefully what kind of level of conflict you choose to get into for this week. Yeah, definitely good to know. That's why I've spent quite a bit of work this week putting it all together just to make sure that you guys have the heads up in what to look out for. So it is, as we were saying before, with that vision spirits giving of holding on to a fence where the floodwaters come in to purify. You might want to also pop in that life preserver or that life jacket, as we call it over here. So this is the techniques in that we are helping to keep us afloat through the week. So with this, the sacred alchemy of burning away illusion. This is so that your voice can really tap in. So think about it. It's like having awareness when we're in that state. And that's really tapping us back into our sovereignty, tapping us back into our voice, tapping us back into our power. And I'll show you a little video to check out as well. And let me just read a few comments. So Jake is saying, I recently just learned a technique for rewriting the past. It's so cool to be able to influence and shift things in the present by changing the past. Definitely. It's one of my favorite things to work with as well. And the other thing too is to remind your subconscious mind, of course, things have always felt like this, or things have always felt this way, and keep reinforcing that positive story. And we can see Rainbow Sun saying there are 3 planets moving into shadow prior to the retrograde this week. Also, Mercury is one. And that's the one that I'll talk about a little bit more in depth in a moment. So you were spot on with that. And so around July 2nd, we're going to be heading into the first quarter moon, which will be in Libra. So this is all about balance amongst this change and this shift. So the Libra moon will whisper of peace, yet it also helps us to work with this divine tension, if we could put it nicely. So with this, it might be feeling where you feel torn between your desires and also the expectations or the people pleasing side of us to try and like appease everyone else. So with this as well, it's definitely really tapping and getting quiet and getting still. So as much meditation as you can do. And I just saw and shared out to some of my gorgeous best friends, and John, who one of my gorgeous friends on this channel too, he shared to me, Dr. Joe Dispenza has made the Source movie available for free for this weekend. So I think it's available maybe for 2 more days. So go check out Dr. Joe Dispenza's website, have a look at the Source movie. And I think you maybe just have to enter your email to get access for free as well. So, thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. All of the love and things that you're sharing. And Lisa is also saying a lot more shifts are happening here, all kinds of clearing and changing, just when you think there's nothing else. This is exactly the energy of the week. So it's so lovely that we're here to be able to talk about and share this together. And Jake is also saying, what is it? Yes, absolutely. So speaking to your subconscious and your body can have such powerful effect. Definitely. And yeah, Lisa, go check it out. You will love it. I've already watched it, but I am going to watch it again. And Jake is saying, oh my God, right. Huge, right, Lisa, huge moment right now. Definitely. Okay. So with this, this is going to bring up a lot of confrontation. So I just want you guys to be aware of that, but try not to think about it as confrontation for the bad side of things. Think about it being more kind of like a Jenga tower. And it's like we're taking away the bits that are no longer needed. So it's sort of exposing things, whether it's like the people pleasing aspect or like the one sidedness of relationships and things of that sort of nature. It's almost going to be that you're standing there looking, going, oh, I really didn't see it from that side of things, that things were not reciprocal, or that I'm the one always doing things. So this is the kind of energy that we're going to see pop up. So I would just encourage you to be very careful, because we can let launch and let fly with really saying what's on our mind. We can bring it with fire and intensity, or we can simply bring it up gently. But there will be a really good energy that comes with this, because this is also a time, and Ziggy, whose astrology video I'll share with you guys in a moment, you'll see like what she's talking about with this too, that you can actually use it for a positive manipulation. So it's like if things need to be cleared and purged, and this is a really good time to work with in this way. So as we head towards the 4th of July, which I know a lot of people are talking about certain things happening on those dates and that as well, I'll just talk a little bit about the energy. So we will have Venus and Taurus forming a conjunction with Uranus at 29 degrees. So this is pretty, like, it's quite the intensity. So even though Venus is about love and about beauty and abundance, this is to expect the unexpected when it comes to money, comes to issues of heart, comes to like self-worth things. So something sudden may be wanting to be released around this, or something can come in to like change or shift things. So either way, this is definitely about like a test. I think of it as Seven of Swords energy. So it's like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm holding the line. Okay, I'm not gonna flinch, I'm not gonna blink, I'm not gonna be pulled into chaos or other people's stories, or like the chaos that's happening in the world. This is asking us to hold our truth in amongst the change and the shift that's happening. So be really, really careful about not getting too sucked into things happening worldwide. And this is really more of a time to stay neutral in that way, and to broadcast that frequency and signal from the heart, because you guys have amazing hearts as well. So with this too, this is about things that are happening on a bigger level. So even though it might feel like a bit of a strange time, the things that will come of this time will unfold a little bit later in the year as well. And with that energy that we're talking about around the 4th of July, we will also have Venus shift into Gemini, which will bring more kind of like a light-hearted vibe. And with this too, this will be like new ideas coming up, new like downloads, new messages. So it's not about having to commit to future stuff and be like 100% like, this is what I'm doing. This is, this is the future, and, that we need to know right now. This is more about sort of just staying in that presence and letting things come to the surface. And I wish I could read all of your comments. They're coming in fast. But yeah, sending love and support. It seems like Britt Marie might be going through some things. So just sending you guys love and support that need it. The other thing that we will have around that 4th of July as well is Neptune station retrograde begins. So this is all about dissolving illusions. So this is why it's important. So think about it in that we're in this kind of astral battle. We're holding the line. We're staying true to our hearts, true to our frequency, while all of this illusion is being dissolved. So that's probably the clearest way that I can paint that vision. So it's more also thinking about it's not just a veil being lifted, it's almost like it's getting dissolved. So it's definitely time to work with your breath and to connect in with your own heart and your own energy, and just letting everything fall away and letting yourself come back into realignment. So try to not get pulled into other people's chaos. Think about it as when you have chaos arise or you have conflict arise. Okay, I'm just going to remove myself from that situation and come back into my own personal alignment. So if we can think about it being in that way, it definitely will help things to fall more into divine order. Yes, Florian, like birth pains. So we're going through the contractions, and for any of you that have gone through labor, I know hypnotherapy helped me immensely, and I literally just shut out the world, and it was only myself existing in the universe until you get pulled back into people distracting you. So as much as you can, work with that vision. You're so welcome. Okay, let me show you guys this video. I'm just going to stop my little screen share and pop it back up so you can hear some of the sound. Now, I won't be sharing all of this just because it is another content creator's video, and I want you to go and check out her channel. She is on TikTok. I think she could possibly be on YouTube. I'm not sure. Her name's Ziggy Astrology, and she is amazing. So I just wanted to introduce you guys to her.
You say to anyone right now is going to come out.
Give me a thumbs up if you
all
can
of a sudden
hear.
you're
If you don't
telling
mind, please.
your estranged cousin, oh my God, Bertha looked so beautiful in her dress at our family reunion. And then the game of telephone ensues, and all of a sudden Bertha hears that you called her a big fat hippo. It's that type of energy. You know what I mean? Although I do believe that
Hopefully you
this
guys
has
can
something to
hear
do
this.
with internet, like technology,
Just
some
give me a thumbs
information
up if
getting
you can
leaked,
hear it.
passwords getting leaked, accounts getting hacked, something like that, because Mercury is at 26 degrees in Cancer, right? That's the fourth house, making a
Thank you, Invoke.
sextile to a 29-degree second house Taurus, right? And that's a Leo degree, 29 degrees. And Uranus is in fall when it's in Taurus. It's extremely uncomfortable there. So it's like evil, like internet technology energy. It's giving Black Hat Russian hacker, making a sextile to the planet that loves to talk. Rules the mind in Gemini and Virgo, making an opposition to Pluto at 3 degrees, which rules Gemini, right? And Gemini is a very friendly sign, but when you pair together that bulldozer Plutonian energy and the connection to Uranus in fall, it is a disastrous energy. So the best way to make this transit work for you is to just keep in mind that right now things are getting blown out of proportion. You have about 3 more days to blow anything out of proportion that you want to blow out of proportion purposely, in a manipulative kind of way. But obviously, do it ethically. If you feel that somebody, for example, is a detriment to your workplace, like if they made a bunch of mistakes, if you work in healthcare, if you work in a corporate office and somebody is stealing someone's work, or they're being an asshole, or somebody, is working in healthcare and they're making mistakes all the time with their patients, and you're seeing this happening, it's a good time to report anything you see to HR, especially if you have people behind you to back it up. You can get basically anyone fired with some very small proof right now. So if you want to start a war at work and get someone fired, now's the time to do that. I'm not going to be encouraging this as a manipulation tactic, more as like a positive manipulation tactic to ensure the safety of your workplace or the people that you service, okay? Keep in mind, if you want to maximize on this energy, you have to do this before Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? After that, it gets a little less chaotic. But that is also the peak of the opposition, and then it becomes a separating opposition because Pluto starts to be a separating orb away from that 3rd-degree Pluto on that day.
So hopefully that makes sense to all of you guys, and definitely go check out Ziggy Astrology. She just has some really powerful things to share. And I managed to find, let me pop this into our chat too. This is the link for the source documentary that is available for free for the 3 days. So I'll just pop this up here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, go and check that out. It is the Dr. Joe Dispenza movie, and I just think it's divine timing that this is available to watch for free this weekend. John and I have already paid for it and watched it. It's definitely well worth a look into, at least. And oh, cool. Yep. So I've just popped it up there. And so if you just go onto this one, thesourcefilm.org, and you will get free access to it when you enter your email. So let me just come back into what else we need to share and talk about. So we had a look into the astrology for this week. Let's have a look into the cards and see what we have going on with the cards. Oh, and I just want to remind you guys that this is a general reading for the week too. So if you do want to book an in-depth one-on-one personal session with me, let me just pop up the little thing. Hold on a sec. Doing 3 things at once, it feels like. Okay. So this is the Dr. Joe Dispenza website. So this is the address I've got up on screen. And this one is sourcethefilm.org. So you can see here Joe's face and talks to other people. It talks about the healing aspect, but definitely go have a look at the trailer at least. And just for those of you that I want to make sure to mention as well, we have this amazing show coming up. So making mala beads for manifestation. And I think Lynn reminded me. Thank you, Lynn, because I totally forgot that I had this on my list for shows that that we were going to be doing. So if you guys have crystal beads, or you have, it's called Tiger's Tail. It's like a jewelry making string that's it's stainless steel covered in, I think, in like a nylon or some kind of like plastic coating. Anyway, we will be using that. So if you've got jewelry making string and beads, or the tools and clamps and little findings and everything grab like your little jewelry kits because we're going to be making manifestation beads or mala beads. And then I also have on that same day, later in the afternoon or later that evening, depending on where you are. So this one will be happening, I think, around 9 p.m., I think, Eastern time, or 8 p.m., depends on where you are, and 11 a.m. in Australian time. And with the higher soul contracts, oh my gosh, I can't wait to share Yana with you guys. She is part of our soul family. You are going to love her. Her and I did a swap, and I've also been on her show too. So I had my soul contract reading done with her. You guys are going to be blown away by her. She's incredible. So come and check those out. And if you want a one-on-one personal reading, definitely head over to my website, solreta.com. I've got a few spots available for this week. Now, remembering it is a bit of a chaotic, energetic week. So if you have been thinking about a reading and you want to get sort of like more support in holding the line with everything that's happening, I do recommend the Psychic Tarot reading with me. Otherwise, a Galactic Starseed reading if you want to tap more into what it is that you're here for soul mission wise. And don't forget, we also have the potions, and we did have the online event last week, which was amazing. So you can also buy all the potions together as a bundle as well. Let me pop this down. We'll get straight into the cards. Okay. But yeah, you guys are going to love the shows that we've got coming up this week. All right. So let's just tap in and ask Spirit to show us the energy for this week. What's ahead? And I can hear ravens crowing out the back of my place just as we start to tap in. And I've noticed them coming up a little bit closer again lately. So definitely paying attention to the animal signs, to the birds, to the fairies, to the elementals. Because I do feel this veil is getting super thin. And we see with Uranus coming up with the astrology this week that it will be as well. So these are my little cards that I have on my desk. We will tune into them and then flip them over. Oh, thank you, Jake. So Jake's just saying, y'all, I had such a profound shift since the new moon event. Go and buy your tea and come to the next one. Such a powerful experiences. Thank you. And I can't wait to plan the next one. So we did sort of like a 0 point meditation where we came back to perfect divine stillness. And the past meditations and past events, when you buy the potions and the next email gets sent out for the new invite, we always include the past one. So you can go back in and explore and do the meditations, do the kinesiology practices, the rituals and that we do with all of it. So let's fill into these cards before we flip them over. All right, so I do actually have some light language come up, and they're showing me this energy. So we had that beautiful river, that current before cleansing whilst we're holding on. So Spirit is giving me what they're saying is like a shroud of protection. So let me just bring that through and then we'll translate into English. Amanada tola, kadnada hadnada doa, iashalana la lulaka, mialana lo kanarata lo sayaratakar, ialanata lo kaya sunaratar, iashalanata lo kaya la hatura, iashalana lo la kalenar tokor, miasalana lo kaya naratakoya, iashalana rataka lo horeto. Miananato la kayalatar. Ia shayono lukayana naratakaya. Ia saranaratakala. So what I'm being shown is I keep getting the word shroud, which I don't know the exact like English translation of what that means, but it's like a cover is the vision that they're showing me of protection. And what I was seeing was like an energetic code of protection and gold energy surrounding and supporting. So it's like placing us in this frequency protection that no matter what's happening this week, that it's like we're surrounded and protected. So it's like a veil of softness, a veil of like I guess you would say it's like a magic veil of protection. I just saw it almost like a gold, kind of like silky, fluid, honey-like substance shrouding us and protecting. So it's like no matter what sort of comes at us, it's either passing us by or sort of we're kind of seeing things flow past us, but it's not touching us. So let's flip these over. Oh, thank you. And oh, you have shroud too. Oh, thank you. Okay, so really interesting. I see this come up in the cards. So we have the Eight of Cups. So we know that with this, this is a Saturn energy. So we see that there's a program around disconnect to separate. We also see that this is connected to do with control. It's connected to do with institutions, sometimes government. It's about keeping people separated, divided, in fear, in dis-ease, and in all of this sort of murky energy water. So it's keeping people unhealthy, emotionally deprived, and disconnected. And we see with this, it also has Pisces energy. So if we think about Eight of Cups being weighed down, and it's interesting because we've got that water, how would I say, that water energy that we were talking about. It's interesting that it has shown up as well. Ah, interesting. Thank you. And yeah, there was definitely a different transmission energy. I felt that it was like more of sort of like an assertive type calling of energy that was also coming in. Thank you guys. And with this as well, we then have, look at this, if this is not a shroud of protection. So, whilst we have this going on in the world, this Eight of Cups energy, we are tapping into Ace of Cups. This is divine protection, divine new beginnings. This is all about activating the heart. So, really important what we said to do with the astrology and what's coming up. And for me, the last few days, I've been focused doing 2 meditations a day of Dr. Joe Dispenza's in particular, as well as some of my own, breath work and things too. And yeah, interesting. Water holds memories. What I feel with this is a little bit of this old mud flood energy or kind of like stormy nature and things too. So we want to be standing in that shroud of protection. And we also see that there's oppression. So, 10 of Wands. This is not sort of like our sense of duty to have to feel responsible for everyone and everything else. This is time for us to drop these wands and again, Saturn energy. So, this is putting on your own oxygen mask first as well. And with this, we also have Seven of Cups. So it's like if they can't hit us one way from the dark or the astral side, because remember that veil is thin as well, we need to actually really, really call in. I would say this is like calling in higher self. This is calling in, our guides and beings and angels that love us unconditionally to really come in for support. And if we can, the vision spirit's giving me too. It's interesting. This kind of looks a little bit like the vision, but it's like if we can imagine holding hands with our soul group and knowing that we have this. So it's like we've got this is the energy that I'm seeing. So this is an energy of completion. So it does feel like, and I think we were saying this in the show with Lisa and Sherry the other day, that it's like a third and final stage of completion. Probably also why we've got the birds showing up. Oh, and rainbow sun, perfect timing. This is wild. A crow took a dove out of the tree when I walked outside. Oh my gosh. So, just as I'm saying, like we need to pay attention to these bird signs as well. So, we do have the card of the lovers that comes up with this. So, with this is also about working together. So, us as a team, but we're working with higher spirit as well. And with this is about law of opposites. It's the black and the white, the masculine, the feminine. But this is also about us really holding strong whilst all this duality and separation is also happening. So definitely about tapping in, having that shroud energy come in. Let me get the Mythios deck and we'll see what's coming up in terms of what can Spirit give us in terms of advice. Oh, and I want to say this is light body activation. So definitely eating well, focused on your meditation, focused on frequency, remembering love and authenticity. And I just saw my favorite number, 333, some of the highest frequencies that we can hold. So if we can tap into that, why everything else is coming to the surface and Spirit's telling me flip it. So the Empress, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Cups again, Page of Cups. We have butterflies on the cards too, Lorianne. And we've got the Chariot. And we also have Three of Coins and they want one more. We also have 10 of Wands. So two of the same sort of, they're giving me the word hardship energies coming up. So if you're going to get hit with words or they're saying the word cannons from the past, you might get hit with like emotional launch conversations or things that have like targeted to trigger this week is what we're seeing. And be careful not to launch your own unless you know that you need to have that hit strategically, like Ziggy was saying in her video. But yeah, we see the Empress. So this is all about you tapping into your divine nurturing. And with the Empress energy too, she's that Queen of Queens. But she's all about like tapping into heart space, knowing that she sits almost like within a crystalline cave. So we need to go in, we need to like be in this crystalline space of re-imbuing this energy of the divine and that source within us. Because the Empress also has a tendency to give to others. So this is really important to think of yourself this week and to kind of hunker down. Eight of Wands is Sagittarius and Mercury. And with this is the one I call my little compass that's spinning out of control. So sit in that calm, in that crystalline space with that shrouded energy that we talked about and called in before. And you can come back to this video and replay that if you need to. But with this is like to hold the line in amongst this craziness, because with this, it's so easy to get pulled off kilter. And when we know that this is coming up, this card, this is also a sign for me that there's a quantum jump available. So if we can ignore the chaos, this is an invitation to have that quantum jump into High Priestess energy. And so what we talked about the other day on the show with Lisa and Sherry, I talked about Spirit's been giving me that word. If not that, then what instead? Or this is what I choose instead. So when you've got the harder stuff coming up, it's almost to cancel it out, go into this crystalline cave energy, and I want this instead. Or this is what I would like instead. And then broadcasting that out to that out into the universe. And what we also have with that is Eight of Cups. So it will feel like that we're navigating through a bit of an emotionally pulling down type week. And I'm getting a deafening pitch in my right ear to do with future going forth. And it's funny, I can feel my eye blink, which is usually a sign Spirit saying to watch out for taking on too much stress. I don't know if you guys can see that blinking. But anyway, we have Page of Cups with this. And with this Page of Cups, this is really knowing like, I can only commit to this kind of level. I can only commit to, having this much input this week as well. But yeah, definitely keep saying this to yourself. If hardship and things pop up, what do I desire instead? This is going to shift us through. This is the Chariot card, followed by the Three of Pentacles. So with this, we're actually building a foundation for future. So we can think about it being like holding strong in the eye of the storm. And then we actually get to build on some of the landscape and things that's left. So the Chariot energy is also knowing that we're protected moving forward. So this is coming into this space of our heart is protected. And we often see it sort of like bullet wounds in this gold armor in my favorite one. With this too, this is also about the activation of the crystals in the pineal, the crystals in the ears, and being in this space of using the psychic senses. So if you have also done my How to See Auras course over with the girls at Maison Jupiter, you might also want to go and revisit and do some of the clearings that I've got in that, or do some of the tappings and things that I've got in that as well, because I do feel this is an upgrade around our psychic senses. It does feel with these two cards coming up in particular that part of what they don't want us to see, we can actually activate this even deeper. And Jake is saying, I got third eye activation during the light language. Okay, beautiful synchronicity. And yes, so Lorianne is saying, love it. This is what I'd like instead. So it really is such a great thing to bring your brain and mind back into alignment, was what Spirit was showing me. And we also have 10 of Wands. So remember, it's not your responsibility and purpose to pull everyone through this veil or this gateway. And Larry's also getting the birds too. Very, very cool. So let's have a look and see what we have in terms of a card from the Fae, the Forest Fae. Let's see what they can give us for this week. What is it that they would like us to know, seeing their veils are getting much, much thinner? And remembering, if you do want to tap in and work with the fairies, it's as easy as saying, I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do believe in fairies. And I wish to connect with those that are here for my best and highest good, or those that love me unconditionally. And we have this energy of keep going. Trust in yourself. You have all that you need. So if we can keep each other afloat this week, put your life jackets on, surround yourself in that beautiful protection as well. Oh, good point. So Colleen Carly is saying, I would imagine that the 7-7 portal is going to be intense. Yes, it feels like it's going to be transformative. I haven't even tapped into that energy this week. It will be really, really interesting. And let's have a look what we have for the Syrian star cards. So we have determination. So this is what we also see in terms of, imagine like us becoming greater than the powerful, like, or us becoming more tapped in to our power rather than like the water and everything that we were seeing vision wise as well. Oh, Jody, that's exciting. So, with this, it's important to hold your own energy. And remember, we said vibration before. So, it's important to hold your own energy, focus, and let anything or anyone of a lower vibration fall away. So, this is definitely what Spirit was saying with the other cards as well. Thank you all. I so appreciate that. I put a lot of love into them. And oh, so Lorianne's saying, I do believe in fairies. Ah, there's one live on screen right now. You're so cute. Thank you. Oh, yes, I feel called to the forest too, Lisa. We should like FaceTime each other from nature. That'd be fun. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you can get an invite to the next new moon event. I haven't popped up the details for it yet, but it always is so much fun to connect with others. You'll see the details from the new moon in Cancer that we just had. We did a bit of light language activation in there too, in the meditation, and you'll also get sent links to past events too. So if you would like to book a one-on-one session with me, especially if some of the things that we're talking about, if you're struggling to kind of hold on at the moment with this tsunami of energies that we're being hit with astrologically and programmed worldwide, definitely tap in and book a psychic tarot reading. And I think that's all I have to mention apart from, do come out and come to our Making Mala Beads for Manifestation event. This is going to be so much fun. This will be Thursday evening if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and Friday morning if you're in my time zone in the Southern Hemisphere. And also, after that, we will have the gorgeous Yana. And you guys won't want to miss this chat. This is going to be one of those ones where you just want more. I know you guys will want a part 1 and a 2 and a 3 with that. And I just want to say thank you for the beautiful comments and sharing the love. And I'm just sending you guys the biggest of hugs. And thank you for being such an incredible soul family. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.